Days of Summer. He put up a clip from this documentary called The Century of Self. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to read a little bit of what 100 Days of Summer had to say, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it. So here's the clip right here.
Like short skirts.
Oh, because there's more to see.
More to see, eh? What good does that do you?
Much more handsome. It makes you more attractive.
Does?
He organised fashion shows in the department stores and paid celebrities to repeat the new and essential message. He bought things not just for need, but to express your inner sense of yourself to others.
There's a psychology of dress. Have you ever thought about it? How it can express your character? You all have interesting characters, but some of them are all hidden. I wonder why you all want to dress always the same, with the same hats and the same coats. I'm sure all of you are interesting and have wonderful things about you, but looking at you in the street, you all look so much the same. And that's why I'm talking to you about the psychology of dress. Try and express yourselves better in your dress.
All right, so this is from 100 Days of Summer. He said his clip is from a documentary called The Century of Self. What's the message behind the first commercial? Having more to see makes you more attractive, and is being depicted by having the women surrounded by a sea of men, implying if you wear short skirts, men will flock to you. An image that makes most women cringe today was also the inception of the idea most women defend today when it comes to a man's opinion on how they should dress in front of other men. What is the underlying desire the campaign is targeting? What is the shameful human desire that has to be repressed so no one judges it? It's the innate desire for the more male attention. Why would nature make it innate for women to desire the attention? Simple. If you're not seen and desired, you can't be chosen for procreation. I asked the women on this page if they still wanted to be desired by other men when they're in a relationship. The answer was overwhelmingly yes. And the reason was because they're human, referring to something innate. This is why men want to control what their women wear. They innately understand that if a woman is drawing attention, men will approach her to eventually try to procreate, and that future forecast creates relationship insecurity. Unfortunately, an insecure man is seen as a turnoff to women. Instead, a man is only seen as secure if he celebrates his woman for exhibiting behavior that is usually indicated that he is replaceable.
Wow. Ali, I'm gonna let you handle this one.
See, I keep
I don't
going
know what
back
the hell
on.
going on.
Nah, you gonna go. I can go. Sweeney, you gonna start going first, so you can listen. I can listen to your answers and go off those answers. So the
Oh
main.
shit.
So am I addressing the propaganda telling women to wear less makes them more attractive? That's what I'm addressing, right? Okay, so I believe there's nothing more beautiful, more precious, and greater than a woman in her purity to her core. But the woman's body belongs to her man and her child. But she's so powerful though that if she takes all those things off and becomes revealing, she can get the most attention and seem the most attractive. But just because she's getting attention and being attractive doesn't mean that she's gonna have someone invested in her life and building with her. And we see it in today's time. And I'm sure Lady Di and Real Precious, I'm sure they speak about it. There's nothing more important for the woman to get more than respect over attention. You'd rather be respected than get attention. If you take all your clothes off, you can get a lot of attention. You may seem attractive, look attractive, and it's crazy how much women are investing in their lips, on their breasts, on their behinds, on their entire body, and still can't get a man and have a family, versus the women who are not seen that are building great, beautiful families with men that men sustain, invest in, and give security to. So yeah, she may look attractive. You may get a whole bunch of attention that means absolutely nothing. But as we both know, a lot of us know the value, the price of everything, but not the value of it. Women that can't be seen or unheard typically are the ones who being invested in and are the most valuable. The women who everybody sees belongs to everybody. The women you can't see or hear from, they belong to a great man typically.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Lady Di. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I know in this society we've been taught to just kind of wear whatever you want. I know, like in my time, women started wearing mini skirts. Belly shirts were out back then. But it's just things that are learned. When you start to kind of revert and start to cover up, you realize that you are not paying attention to what you have to wear. You just, doing and making other things great about yourself, because a lot of us, we get too wrapped up into the mirror and trying to see what looks good. Should I put a leg out, not put a leg out? Should I show some cleavage or not? When you're just wasting time, you know what I'm saying? Just put on something nice that looks good, and then try to focus on other things. Because sometimes when you wear things that are revealing, you're going to attract the wrong man if you're single. So you don't know. I'm not saying all men who are attracted to women that are revealing themselves are bad, but you're not going to know by every man that come up to you which one is the right one for you. So I think to play it safe, I think it's better to just kind of like be more modest, and you'll attract more of an honest man.
All right. Go ahead, Paradise.
I was raised with less is more. You always want to keep some mystery. I mean, I've seen the evolution, and I do, sometimes dabble and modify my aesthetic, but I do understand too that clothes have a language. That's the bottom line. Clothes have a language, and sometimes, depending on what you wear, you will attract the man that wants you in the moment, but not need you long term. And you just got to be willing to decipher between that. There are some men that are absolutely okay with extra provocative clothing. I wouldn't consider that the majority, though. And I would say that even when you are getting certain type of appreciation from that, there are definitely other ways to get appreciated and acknowledgement from men by being your true authentic self without showing every piece of your life.
All right. Go ahead, Trey Smooth.
All right. So there's a big difference between attention that you would like and just sexual attention. When you do that, that's all you're going to get is sexual attention. And that's finite, right? So, because there are some men who like to show off their women and they think it's cool and they get a kick out of it. But most of us don't want everybody to see that. Like Ali was saying, that's for you. That's your man's. That's not for everybody. There's nobody I don't know a lot of dudes who appreciate that. There are certain things that you can look good in. There's a balance. I think Paradise alluded to that a bit, where there's ways that you can accentuate your curves. That's different, right? But there's not a bunch of skin out there, right? There's not a bunch of cleavage. You're not exposed. So you can look nice. You can look good. You could be even sexy in certain ways, but without revealing so much. And that would be the balance. And that would kind of get people to look at you, but at least they'll understand to respect you because it's not too much. There's a balance. Once you start going overboard and we see too much, we're immediately triggered to think about sex. And that's what we're aiming for. If we see you like that, that's how we're going to approach you. We already know, oh, she know what time it is. I'm about to run down. That's just what we think. And it doesn't matter what type of woman you are. That's the type of approach you're going to get, like it or not. You can't really get mad when people react a certain way, right? Like, and it's not right for men to behave like that and just be disrespectful and everything, but it's to be expected. And as a woman, you know, or should know that that's a reality just from the first time you wore something like that. You see how dudes came at you. Dudes will holler at you from across the street, whistle at you, clap, ayo, or whatever. That's what they're going to do when they see you like that. So sure, it'll make you more attractive, but sexually attractive.